Good evening and welcome to the February 9, 2026 meeting of the Hampden Selectboard and Board of Health being held at the Townhouse, 85 Wolverham Road in the large meeting room. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, we are meeting at the large meeting room for one of the last few times. We are recording the meeting plus broadcasting on Zoom. Is there anyone else recording the meeting? Kristen Rivers from the Hampden Wolverham Times. Welcome. Moment of silence for the Patriots. Okay, we're done. Better team won. What can you say? Yeah. All right, so do we have any minutes to review, Mr. Town Administrator?
Not that are ready for you yet.
We eagerly look forward to them next week.
Expect them then.
And maybe some of the executive ones as well, hopefully. Okay. First order of business is a public hearing. And this public hearing is required by section 25B, subparagraph A, subparagraph 1 of the Votes Act to rule on, okay, I thought you walked out, Eva.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Which is required, and also section 25, subsection C, subsection 1, which we all have memorized, I'm sure many times.
Yes.
So, and this has been requested by the town clerk. So
Actually, the
we're,
registrars are the ones that
we're
make this
registrars?
decision.
Are any of them here?
They are of the opinion that
Okay, one second. So I would open this public hearing under those two MGL requirements. So we have before us Eva Wiseman, representing the Board of Registrars in her capacity as town clerk. And what would you like us to know?
it is the opinion of the Board of Registrars that option early voting or in-person voting for the local elections is not cost effective. So we are advising against it.
Okay,
We've calculated these things in the past based on, attendance and the actual attendance and return that we get with regard to mailing out absentee votes and everything else. And it just is cost prohibitive, I think.
okay, yeah. Have we done that before, do you recall?
We have to do this every year with.
No, do you recall if we've actually had the,
And we had for local elections?
yeah,
No, but I base it on the request for absentee ballots and what we get for a primary, because our turnout for primary elections is comparable to what we get for our local elections
okay.
for the most part, and it's the same thing, everybody wants them because they can get them.
Right, but my question is, so we've opted out every year that you can recall, that we've had the ability to?
Just for
Right,
local elections.
Local elections,
So by
yeah.
law, state has to have that early voting on.
right, and so when we come to the fall elections, you'll be coming back with another request for dates?
Incorrect.
For dates?
No, it is only for the local election. The primary, the state primary, and the fall election are both state elections, and we are required by law to provide that for those.
No, I thought we were, but I mean, I thought last time we had the amount we could control a little bit, like you could say, okay,
No.
we offer 4 days instead of 6, or there's a minimum.
I'm sorry, with regard to the hours that we
Yes.
offer, we do have to offer a minimum of hours, and
Right.
yes, that would be with regard to those particular.
Right, that's what I thought, yeah.
In those particular
Okay.
ones.
All right, so I'll entertain a motion to agree with the Board of Registrars and the town clerk that we will not be offering early voting for the local election on May,
It's early in-person voting.
early in person.
Or by
Obviously,
mail. The early voting is two-part, it's by mail or in person.
Okay.
And the rate of return that we get for those mail-out ballots, because people.
but you're not talking about people requesting absentee ballots.
No, absentee ballots by law, we do still offer.
That's my point, that's separate, that's not what,
There's-
right, Don's referring to, this is the, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Eva, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
All right, we'll close that public hearing.
Move to close the public hearing.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Whew. Wow. You take a breath?
The FBI in here. Ballots next.
Now, that's on record, that's over the world, everybody's heard that.
I hope
Kristen, please.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right.
So next on the agenda, we're going to talk about the EV charging stations.
Yeah,
Ryan is going to review the fact that even though we have made incredible money on this,
correct.
you want to raise the price.
Yeah.
Background.
So I'm still trying to figure out National Grid, or getting National Grid to figure out and adjust the bills like they should with the removal of the demand charges. And going through the most recent couple bills, what's happened is, as everybody knows, the electric rates have increased. And they've increased on the chargers as well. So in these past 2 months, the return that we get from having the chargers is not covering the electric bill. So right now, we're not talking big money, but we're at that point where we're starting to subsidize the use of the chargers with general fund money, which is not something that we had, I don't think that the town.
But you think that's more of a billing problem with the grid rather than the usage part? You think?
It's because of the kilowatt hour rate. It's essentially doubled.
Right, but we were charging, Doc, right, with 45 cents, was it? And what?
That covers fees to, the, who is it, Red E network.
Mhm.
And I've also noticed, comparing the bills to the payout from Ready, it's not a kilowatt hour to kilowatt hour. It's not a one-to-one match. So what we're paying out, what we're getting paid out doesn't match our electric bill. So our electric bill is, let's just say it's 50.
Mhm.
We're only getting paid out for Ready Network for 40. That's just as an example.
Okay.
So we need to increase the per charge cost to cover that difference. That's the bottom line, is they're not covering.
So are there two debits then against the thing? Obviously, one is the electricity that is provided to the car, plus there's a charge from the company that's, if you will, promoting the location, that's the Ready thing.
Yep, and that's
And
what
potentially that could exceed the money we're getting from the charging.
yeah, when we set the price at 45 cents,
I don't think we knew the Ready price at that time.
we set it at 45 cents. The National Grid kilowatt hour charge was 10 cents. Now it's 19 cents a kilowatt hour. So it's essentially doubled.
I understand that, but I mean, on the face of it, it looked like we're still making 36 cents, whatever, 26 cents per kilowatt hour.
Yeah.
But there's an offset from Ready as well.
Yep, that's what Ride.
Things takes more than that 20. I mean, that would be an incredible surcharge. I'm just saying, I mean, on the face of it, if they're charging us 19 cents for the 45 cents we're getting in, plus whatever Ready is charging.
Yep, and now we have this kilowatt hour discrepancy that I don't know if it's the electricity to run the screens, or I don't know, are the screens on 24/7? Probably.
Yeah,
Is that a level 2 or level 3?
Three.
Level 3. So just quick search here online, just an average charging station per kilowatt hour for level 3 is roughly 35 to 65 cents per kilowatt hour.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
if we're in a range of, where it's costing us money, it wouldn't be.
wouldn't be unseemly to
It
go
wouldn't be
up.
unseemly to
Right, yeah.
go up at this point, I agree.
But it does seem odd that we're, even at 45 cents, we're not gonna make a ton, but we shouldn't be losing money.
We should be losing money.
No, so I mean, I think it's back into the billing, the confusion at the beginning, with the RISE engineering, et cetera. Don, we saw that, between the grant, they didn't think it was gonna be level 3, there was extra charge, the whole thing, and I think we got left a little bit there. So your recommendation, go up 50, 55 cents, what are you thinking
I
right
think
now?
we should do at least 55 cents.
All right, I don't wanna go more than that, because that gets into the, the top end around here, so. I'll entertain a motion to, how was that done? Does somebody come and program it into
No, I can do it on
the app?
Yep.
Okay, right. Entertain a motion to, effective tomorrow, raise the kilowatt hour price for the charging station located at the senior center to 55 cents.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Can I just ask you about the demand charges again?
Yep.
They're not supposed to be charging us demand charges, right?
Correct, those need to come off.
Okay,
So the green are when they started taking off
yep,
demand charges. So that's what the cost will be. Those are true operational costs.
so just, I don't
The red ones are
I don't want to
coming
belabor this because we already voted, so on the 9/22 to 10/20,
Yep,
it was $222.99.
yep,
And the payout to the town was $253.
yep.
Is that immediate, or is that like, is there maybe a month, like that was the payout for the month before maybe?
Yep,
Okay, so if the payout was 220, so does that mean we made $31 a month?
yep.
Okay. And then next month we made $30, and then
No, next month it looks like you lose money, because I mean, it's one.
Money.
Do we pay the
then we
demand
start
charges?
losing, then we start losing money.
Or no? Okay,
I'm not paying any
Understood.
invoices until they,
understood. I just want to make sure that we didn't have like, you know,
Right.
maybe 15 grand sitting somewhere that was paid that we didn't need to. Thank you, sorry.
yep.
Having a confusion there. All right.
Got it.
Better man than I, don't get in. All right, budget review. All right.
All right, so that'll solve our revenue problem with the chargers.
Okay.
We don't even need to
Well-
budget anything, we're all set.
Thanks, Matt. You gonna throw that up on the screen, or?
Yeah. Let me just minimize. I'll minimize that one.
The crowd is moving closer.
Yeah, thanks.
And for,
They can smell the cookies from back there. I don't know, I'm having trouble. You?
yeah, let me hide, see if we can get these on there. So last time we talked, I didn't have the 2025 actual filled in, and I didn't have the 2027 request. So these are very preliminary numbers, and these will change.
These are very small numbers. I don't know how you feel, Don.
Want to should we tilt that this way or?
TV?
I don't know, like slide it closer to us. I mean, we're possibly gonna tilt it this way. If you guys wanna come up over this side and see it better, because,
Better?
yeah, feel free. We can fit the whole crowd over here.
I'll come over here.
All right. Much better. Yeah, thank you.
So salaries right now, I kept those level.
Mm-hmm.
So those would be adjusted. If there is a COLA, that the select board talks about with advisory.
So all right, the public health nurse is paid by us,
Yep.
has no impact from the shared public.
Yeah.
Salary.
We pay, and this is kind of a leftover from the pandemic, as I understand it. This public health nurse does the Maven reporting.
Right.
So,
Are you saying you're wondering if we really need that person anymore with the shared health service, or?
that issue has been, that question has been raised by the
Staff?
health staff.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Don, what's your thought about that, Amir?
The only role is the Maven thing?
That's my understanding. I'd want to double check to make sure, but it's a 5-hour-a-week position. My understanding is it's only Maven reporting, so.
Well,
You wanna look into that?
the health, yeah, we should look at it. I mean, the health services people should be able to do that. I mean, for the people who don't know, the Maven reporting is contagious diseases.
Yep.
It was big during COVID, obviously.
Right, it was big during
Reports all the time.
COVID, you know.
So maybe you want to chat with Ryan Paxton about that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, maybe he can fold her under his,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, then expenses. All right.
All right. So, select board expenses, so these are all assumptions,
So
20,000.
we dropped from 36 to 20 this year because of,
We spent 36 in 2025.
right, but I mean, that was that, I think we took on the AV under our expenses.
At
Yep,
that time,
right.
right.
Correct, yep.
So we went back to the usual appropriation, which was like
Right, this is what we
20,000.
spent.
And we're tracking,
Account,
yeah,
And we're tracking right now at 16,000.
right.
Legal advertising, that's still at 4. We haven't had any, this year we spent 2,200 in 2025. And that's hit or miss depending on
Right.
what comes up.
Now, GIS mapping is under us, but technically it's really the assessors,
Right, so I need to double check on that price, but
right?
that's what it was last year.
That got folded under us a number of years ago and just, it didn't really matter.
Yep.
Temp help, that's a hit or miss, and I'm surprised that number is only 67 right now. I thought we had that Zoom operator, the extra Zoom operator under temp help. I
Yeah,
thought we had,
they've not worked very much,
okay, didn't we have?
but there'll be a little bit.
Okay, but I mean, I thought, then we had Rose helping Joanne that as well, nothing this year?
Nothing this year.
Okay. I do go back into those people that helped, and there were people that helped out with the move, I think Rose as well, they should have been compensated one way or another. It was great that they came in and helped, but
I believe they were paid out of the town clerk budget.
the moving, okay, so, good.
Yeah.
I think we should keep that at that, because you don't know what's gonna happen,
Oh, you don't, no.
you know?
Like I said, look what the, we could have had to pay for somebody to help out Lauren, during this time, right? A good opportunity would be if we need secretarial help for the town hall committee,
Right.
clerical help there. If you can find somebody, you've got the money, of course, of finding a person. Town meeting support, that's gonna be a question. So looking at that, and then you're concerned about the cost for the AV upgrade for rooms, et cetera, which would reduce the need for that. Have you made a commitment to the company for the spring?
Yes.
So they're already committed, so even if we did the upgrade, we'd still have to pay them?
Yeah, I'll double check, but I think that upgrade is only for the select board meeting room.
No,
I believe it is.
the 45?
Yes.
No, he was doing the cafetorium too, 4 spaces, he said.
All right, I'll
The meeting room, this room,
those.
Cafetorium.
Those I brought.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
brought him to those.
all right,
Okay, let me reread his email then, because that made me really nervous when it was $40,000 for one.
oh no, but I'm saying if it's cafetorium and you're taking away that AV money for that paying, it pays for itself in 2 years,
Yeah.
yeah.
Versus-
Yeah, much better quality.
Because we were renting before, right? Or
Right,
paying
I mean, they were constant quality, I got no problem, if they were $3,000, it would have been great,
An
but
operator, yeah,
that number was really,
right.
okay.
Yep.
Because at some point, you've got to sign that thing. So if you want to look at that, bring that back, because we need a better setup in our meeting room.
Yep.
We need to be able to present, we need to be able to see the audience and stuff. I would like, as I mentioned before, to get a couple references from that company or companies, other towns they've done. We can look up YouTube, see how they present, things like that, the clarity.
Oh, yeah, they have those systems, right?
Right. So, okay, stormwater.
Stormwater, we appropriate 50. The contract with Time Bond has been around between 30 and 35,000 each year. So there's an opportunity to reduce that.
And this year, is it low because they haven't done the big report yet?
They bill throughout the year.
Yeah, okay. And you also mentioned about, they mentioned we need a presentation, or sorry, implementation this year.
We need, yeah, we're about 2 years past due for best management practice.
Who reviews that? I mean, okay, we're 2 years behind, and if it wasn't for Ty and Bond,
We
who would have
filed
said something?
with the EPA. I think it's filed with the EPA.
Is there anybody still working there?
I don't- Maybe that's why we didn't have to do it so far. But I did have a conversation with them, and we're gonna meet
In the near
in
future?
the next week or two with Mark. There's a possibility to do something on the grounds here with the drainage swale between the town hall property and the golf course. And then there's also good, could also be a educational learning area for the library, if library does some activities or something.
Yeah, coming up Earth Day and stuff like that, sure.
Yeah, and if it's gonna be, one of the potential sources of funding, makes me shudder, but it would be the MVP program. And there's an educational requirement with that program, as we all know. So it actually might be a good fit to do it there.
Right.
And then it can set up this learning area and, you know, we can get a requirement met and kids can go play in the mud,
Yeah,
whatever.
it would be nice if,
For it.
part of that, Don, if we could, either MVP, stormwater management, we do have that open thing for Mill Pond that we have, you know, that's been out there, yeah.
But is that in the area? It has to
That's
be.
what I wonder, you know.
No, I don't think it
I
is.
don't think it is either.
So this.
Hard to believe, because that means that's a flooding area, hard to believe it's not,
So this is in the regulated area.
yeah.
And I was hoping maybe there's some, if there's gonna be some drainage work here with the parking lot, to maybe get that paid for as well.
Okay.
That process.
Okay. Property and liability, that's an impressive low increase.
So what I heard back from Berry Insurance is about a 6 to 8% increase. This is showing a 4% increase. So we're pretty much paid up this year at 216,000. We budgeted 238.
But that may be reflective of current inventory. What if, like I said, we get the new brush truck? That's a higher value vehicle.
Yeah, that won't add it too much. That won't add too much to it.
Okay,
Yeah, we see, what he's saying is we spent 23,000 less.
yeah, but
So
now,
if you add the brush, and he's increasing it to 238 by 4%. So if you know,
yeah, but we're also insuring this building where we didn't have to before, and I can't believe that's not
That
sizable.
the 215 include is,
that proves this building.
yeah.
We started insuring this July 1st, right?
Yeah,
So it's a place where I think we could save on the
potentially,
increase,
good.
save on the increase if that makes sense, a little less increase. Employee benefits. So this is based on 11% increase in health insurance with our current enrollment numbers. This is actually a little bit less because I don't know of any pending retirements that we would have for employee payouts.
I haven't heard any. Three of us. I'll beat on my drum again about this. I wish Scannick Valley would do the same thing I have to do in business and go back to the carrier and say, how do I bring the bill down? Does the copay go up? Does the out-of-network deductible go up? They just seem to take, and Blue Cross is the typical one, take what Blue Cross says, okay, the increase is this, and they're like, yep, okay, what can I do to bring it down? And I don't see them doing that. You know, I have to do it when my insurance carrier comes over and says, okay, well, we're looking at 9%, okay, what can I do? Or, you know, the copay goes up or something like that, it is what, because it comes out of their pocket too. I don't see Scannick Valley doing that. I did mention it to Dick. I think it's something that when they have their council meeting, they should talk about that. And not just take the increase and say, yeah.
You gotta
Right,
negotiate.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty big group. What do you think of all the towns?
Especially the school, I mean, that's
Yeah,
in
the schools are in
retirees
there,
and stuff.
All the schools are in there and everything. Yeah, so they have some leverage.
Exactly. I tell Blue Cross, hey, we're gonna remove the Pilgrim. Oh, whoa, maybe I can, yeah. I'm gonna buy my car somewhere else. No, let me come down that price. Yeah.
You talk to the manager.
Exactly, right. Yeah.
Mr. Pinky.
That guy, thank you. Okay. Longevity, you know what, you could even finally take that out of the,
Could.
save some paper.
Unemployment compensation. So currently, we have two small claims that we have to pay because we have part-time on-call workers who file for unemployment in the winter. from their from their regular jobs,
Seasonal workers.
seasonal workers, but,
They don't allow towns to have seasonal workers.
right, we tried to certify the positions as seasonal, and then they denied our application, because the job is not, the regulations require the job to be unique and independent of any other position that the town has. So because we have full-time snowplow drivers, we can't hire a seasonal snowplow driver
Or a lawnmower.
or a lawnmower.
We would classify them as per diems and use them sporadically throughout the year if there's
The
a,
only other way, they could be
Vacation or
subcontractors, and that's
whatnot.
about it.
The only way out of that is through the certification.
Or they're subcontractors, and then they're on their own for filing, like the 1099 and all, yeah.
And they're on their own for insurance and
Right.
all that kind of stuff, and it creates a lot.
Then you won't get them. Right.
Right.
Lawn claims.
So law and claims, this is our halfway point, about $12,000. We budget $75,000. 2 years before this, so 83,000 was 2025. 2024, I think, was around 90,000. At that time, we had two pending lawsuits.
Oh, yeah, the storage, I mean,
Self-storage.
the school was well done by that point, but the storage was big.
So, yeah, so we had 2 or 3 lawsuits, and then we also needed to hire counsel to take care of some personnel issues
Oh, yeah,
that
right.
arose throughout the year
Absolutely.
on 2 different occasions. So that's really what drove that.
I mean, we typically see, Don, correct me if I'm wrong, 4,000 to 5,000 for town meeting,
Oh,
review of warrants, stuff like that. We are very fortunate that Brian now can handle a lot of that with his background, so
I think we could stick with 50 there.
I think we can maybe even take it down a touch.
So we went down, so we're at 75,
bring it down to 50,
we brought it, and the suggestions are bring it down to 50.
Sound right?
pretty happy medium.
That's a third, that's a 30% cut, so.
Town reports, 4,000, seems about right. Reports, veterans.
And that consists of basically printing costs, right?
That's the
Yeah.
printing cost for
Right.
the, town report.
I did get a question, I think, gosh, a couple times, county jail wants to quote on that. You know, as part of their employee, part of their personnel
Kirk Brisson.
growth thing, and they quote that quite a bit, so, shopping around. Nobody's reading it anyhow, right?
Not what I hear.
Less and less people are, and we have more and more copies every year.
I know yours is pretty dog-eared, Don, you know, like, yeah. That string-bound one from the $8, I've got one of those at home,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Veteran services, we budget 20.
Well, that's what I said, if we can get those guys in next week, Ken and Jason can review that and find out where we
And
stand.
we spent 7 so far this year, right? So we're,
So that's,
Yeah, but it also gets back into what's reimbursed from the state, and
Yeah.
it's that
all right.
we're trending about,
wizard formula right there with that thing, yeah. And this is the one we were impacted by the assessors a little bit because we raised that section G and section J or whatever on it as well, yeah,
that'll hit the,
next year,
that'll hit the overlay,
yeah.
because we had to increase the overlay on the tax recap sheet to cover that cost, to cover those costs, so
Right.
that was about a $40-something thousand bump that we had to add.
Academy Hall maintenance, that was what I was talking about last week, that if we can work the water district into covering that area, I would see that the basis of that is the huge utility bill in the winter, keeping the room warm. So there might be something, I don't know if I want to like take a shot at it now, or just see it drop after we do that. Because what if we don't do it and it has to stay up,
Yeah.
right?
Town events.
Well, this is the one,
Transfer.
next one is the big one you wanted, the transfer station monitoring.
So,
That's a big jump, drop.
yeah, so that's an estimate there. I'm gonna ask Lori to calculate the testing costs for the places of residents that are remaining. And we'll reduce that accordingly.
All right. Oh, she got office equipment,
There are town events.
is that corrected now? Did you say that office equipment and office maintenance or something was transposed or something?
There was 6,000, there was quite a bit, you're gonna move from the IT part to,
Yeah, some of this, yeah, I haven't had a chance to
Okay.
work with Elise on it yet.
so but you're saying you think the IT rolls up the acquisition, and so that, yeah. It's still, I mean, if you look at those two together, acquisition and IT is 70,000, and we're still at, boy, 64. I'm not sure where else it's gonna roll into that doesn't leave us much for those two.
Right, equipment acquisition is gonna be pretty much
Exhausted.
out because of the Windows, because of the Windows upgrade, essentially. Okay,
But
Discretionary.
it should mean next year, we really don't have a lot of upgrades to do,
could be.
right? Because we had to do so many this year.
Right.
Yeah. Which is good, because I heard that RAM tripled in price. That my Dell guy told me that laptops went through the roof. All right, this is the big one.
So for the town, for the next 3 years, I need to I need to check, I need to have a conversation with Herb about these.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure about we'll calculate the full year of the utilities as well, but I think it's probably gonna be in that ballpark of somewhere around 80,000.
Especially if we do the AC for the library, right? They're gonna be running that during the summer.
Right. And I'm sure the governor is talking about dropping utility rates in Mass, right?
Yeah,
Did you read that?
dropping them where?
Yeah. Maybe it was a different state I was thinking of.
All right,
Gasoline is gasoline.
gasoline.
And I think it's-
Gasoline pump, that's a
standard.
standard
Yeah.
thing, yeah. Street lighting, that's your thing, you always like that.
I do only because, that's the one on the power purchase agreement thing. You've talked about going over that with, is it Excelsior or who is it now?
We'll see renewables.
Lucy Renewables. And making sure, because it was a bit of an esoteric thing with Cliff, end of the year application. But I still think, we see it at home, the demand charge going up, the transmission charge.
You
And we don't have a lot of control, because it's not like we go up and change every light, okay, turn on half an hour later. We don't do that. You can't.
Well, you might have to get your BB gun out again like you did as a kid. Take some of them out.
Take some out, save some money.
Yeah, true. Boy, that's a great thought, Don, thanks. Write that down, Kristen, thank you.
All right,
So I think that might need to come up a little
I
bit,
think it might
I
also,
think so
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
basing on how we're trending.
I'd rather fund it than do what we did before and cut them back a bit. We already had a request, and this actually would be an opportunity to talk to the police about it. Don, remember, a couple years
Yeah, they
ago, we had
wanted
to add some,
they wanted
which
to
we
add
did.
some to the-
so which explained maybe a slight increase, because we added 10 or
They
15,
did,
and mostly Sessions area.
yeah, they wanted down there,
Intersections, yeah.
intersections down there.
So the question, are the streetlights currently like incandescent?
No, they're all LED. We did upgrade, yeah.
LED, I just figured
Which helped.
maybe an opportunity to save a little.
No,
money
they
there if
help,
we weren't
yeah,
upgraded,
There are a couple of incandescents, I think at the park. There was the one behind the town hall, maybe the one up at the highway. All right, wildlife control is what it is. Yeah.
That's the usual townhouse parties, so.
What? Oh, I get it.
Control.
That's good. I get it. Yeah, you didn't invite me. That's why I didn't know what you were talking about. Emergency management, that would be, we should get Craig in.
Yeah, see what
I think he was scheduling a meeting for this month for their group anyhow.
So that cost, the 6,100, that just covers Blackboard Connect, so if he wants to do anything else, then, or it's called Final Site Mount.
We talked about the trailer here. So, and Don, your suggestion about, let's take the stuff up, but to me, the problem with that is that if there's an emergency, now we gotta load it all back in the trailer and go wherever. I'd like to see it I don't like it behind the school because we have a lot of visitors behind the school.
It's dark back there.
And it's dark back there. I'd like to see it stored at the police station. They have camera control in the parking lot, they must have room,
Easy access.
easy access. If we had to go over and grab it, it's right there, easy to get to. Yeah, it's out of our way, it's out of Herb's way, Mark's way for plowing, stuff like that. So, obviously run it by Craig. and see what he thinks,
Yeah, see what the
Yeah,
chief
chief.
thinks too.
Yeah. Traffic control, again, that's,
Standard.
yeah,
Board of
depends on
Health.
whatever projects he has going on.
Yeah,
Board of Health, what do you think?
it's fine, right?
Right.
It's only spent $500 or $600, right?
So the shared service, is that, do we need that again?
We
Is
need
that what
that
he was
this year?
zeroing or no?
So
that a different
we haven't
area?
spent any.
And he's saying we're not gonna have to spend any this year, right?
The-
FY
That's their-
27?
that's their projection, yep.
I mean, you hope, I mean, remember he came one year with, oh, I was wrong,
$40,000 worth.
yeah, but,
Well, we only spent 2250.
yeah, I'm sure we take it down a little bit anyhow.
Yeah, just,
10
we
or-
take it down to like 10 or 5.
Okay.
We'll start at 10.
Yeah, I think 10, let's take it down to 10. They seem to have a better handle on it now.
Yeah, I mean, after a couple of years, the
Yeah.
biggest change now is just the, the wage change.
Wage change, right?
They were saying at the last meeting, though, to make sure people were making their legislation know that, how important the services are, so they're, as you know, the government, keeps cutting spending.
Yeah.
They want to cut that piece of it too.
So water district operations, hey,
Just a
John, how are you?
Yeah, they are.
John did send me a quote for, what's the opposite of a capital project? Demolition project. What was it,
The old pump house,
was it 13? No,
16,
16.
Take the old
16,000.
pump house down?
demolish it.
Why?
You really want to leave it there? Is that serves no value? And I'm sure Audubon would like to see it gone. And a good neighbor policy, I think.
But wouldn't that be part of the overall project cost?
Was never figured in.
Change order.
That a contingency?
Possibly, we should talk maybe a change order or
Why
something.
wouldn't they have thought of that? Is it-
It's possible, I mean, I didn't competitively quote that, but I only had one quote.
Well, why wouldn't they have thought of it? They gotta take it down.
Right. It should be less than, we can talk maybe we'll.
Offer to Audubon, maybe they can keep some animals there or something like that. All those deer pellets have to be kept
Well, they
somewhere.
gotta- that's right.
So I don't know what and I know neither do the commissioners, we don't know what the cost to operate the fully,
New pump house,
yeah, the
No, we
full,
don't.
the pump house as it's,
So is the electric for the utilities come out of operations? Yeah, okay. Then at this point, probably.
that was an increase. I mean, I think we increased it from 10 to the 17.5 this year, thinking that
Maybe
we're
farther
gonna be
along.
online for half the year with the new system, but
Well, I gotta assume that the pumps are better anyhow, VFD control, the whole bit. They're definitely more efficient than the old stuff, right, John? Now, do you have a better generator there or same old
we
generator?
have a brand new generator.
Yeah, so
We
definitely
also,
some efficiencies.
well, we had to do those, we had to put heat inside the building. Because of the water is being stored inside rather than at the ground, so
And the heat is what, electric, gas,
propane.
propane? So somebody comes and fills it up every now and then?
We have no idea what the consumption will be.
once it's going, they will, yeah. You could probably get it on autofill. I want to freeze that up.
Oh, that one went in faster than the fire department generator, huh? I threw you an easy one, Don, come
Yeah,
on.
don't get me, Get me started.
You have a softball pitch and don't even swing?
Yeah,
Oh, gee, must be late. All right, ambulance, is it?
3%.
That's.
That's 3%, it's not
Yeah.
a contract, so that's fine.
Yeah. The other thing is, we haven't, Don, aren't we supposed to, we took an extension on trash, right?
We did.
I think so, so aren't we up to renegotiate, and maybe, not that McNamara's not doing a good job, but should we throw it out there?
You have to look at that.
I don't know if you have another extension in the contract.
Yeah.
There was a maximum time you could extend it, I thought. You know,
I think we're there. I think,
it went up quite a bit, it went up $20 a ton last time.
All right, so are you saying that all adds up to
Basically,
that's the overall total with the salaries.
not in there.
So the salaries without the COLA,
yeah,
right?
If you assumed, and just for reference,
so you're
a
looking at,
1% COLA is how much? Do you know? I had in mind it was
I
like,
don't know what it is for the overall town. For just the salaries here,
yeah,
I plugged in a 2.5%, it brought it up about $9,000.
I was gonna say, Don, remember when we did that jump a few years back?
Yeah.
I thought every 1% was like $8,000 or something like that,
$8,000,
yeah. All right,
Townwide salaries?
Townwide.
yeah. That was a few years back, but yeah.
It's probably close. So
We had to
the,
do a couple of fours to bring us up to other
Okay,
towns or
yeah.
something, yeah.
so this
All
would
right,
be
so that's not bad.
29,000.
So with some savings and stuff, you're only up 30,000 under our part of the budget.
Right, some of the savings comes from the decreases with the transfer station,
I think the testing,
transfer station monitoring and testing.
yeah.
But we're moving to, we're shifting those costs to operational costs, but we don't know what those operational costs are yet. Presumably it's gonna be more efficient, because
All right,
it's new.
we're getting there.
Yeah,
That'll be, actually, it'll be 5,000 less, right? Because we took 5,000 out of the,
Oh, I changed that.
oh, you did?
Yeah, there should be a running.
running total, okay. So now there are some other budgets that do come to us that we haven't seen here, obviously. You know, fire department, police department, kind of, whatever. Have we given a date to Dan, to Ed, saying, okay, we'd like to receive your budget by such and such a date? I don't think we really have.
I don't know what Lauren has,
Okay,
but I can talk with Lauren about it.
okay. Let's see if we can, right now, we're getting through February. We're meeting on the 17th. I would like to ask if they could have those budgets ready for the 23rd. What do you think, guys?
Fine. Good.
Yeah.
They should be able to, I mean,
Yeah.
This month? You're not taking,
All right, Eric says he'll be here for the month, so let's try and get it done. February, okay. Or, next time, you know, we're having a remote meeting, you know, we're all gonna be with you, yeah. All right, so let's try and target the 23rd because, I mean, we need to review it before they go to advisory. So I don't think we have a lot really coming up, per se, so if we could have, honestly, fire, police, and highway for the 23rd, that would accomplish quite a bit for that meeting. Say you. And then we'd have something you pencil those three into our budget. We'll know, we'll have a good sense of where the town stands for the non-school expenses going forward. And you already, and I didn't see it there, but you had the county retirement number, right? That wasn't in that sheet, was it? Did I skip by it?
It's not on that sheet, no.
Okay.
It was 4%?
Which is incredibly low.
4%?
I think you said that was because of when they took the snapshot, it was
Right.
advantageous for us. Right,
I think that's what.
all right, great.
I think it's like 996 now or something like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying that snapshot time when
Yeah.
somebody had already left, but not knowing it, yeah. We'll catch up next year.
It was,
That's amazing how that's grown over since your time here, Don. Yeah, go ahead. Days are 500,000. But I hope they're solvent before we die.
36, right? Isn't it
That was
36?
a 36, yeah.
It was 947,000 and some change, and it was going up to 985.
985, yeah.
All right, so if we can get the police in, fire in, and building, highway in, well, that'll really flesh out the numbers we need. Every other department, honestly, I don't think is gonna really change it around much.
There's other properties.
Besides, exclusive of the payroll part, you know, now we're into warrant articles.
Capital costs.
Right. I don't think we've heard from any departments about warrant requests at this point, right? We did put a,
Just the one we put off from last special town meeting.
right, but we put out that message to departments, we need warrant articles in for, I
March
thought,
1st.
March 1st.
end of the month, right?
But, I mean, we can assume probably the leftover ones, so there's front loader,
Front loader is one thing,
there's cruisers,
cruisers, handguns,
and
They're possible.
the spreadsheet.
the possible truck. Okay. I don't think, besides the loader, I don't think Mark, when he shared with us, didn't talk about, was there a plow issue, or was it just a dump body?
Dump body,
Maybe, yeah.
dump body.
And actually, since you replaced them with the stainless steel ones, we're doing much better with the dump bodies. All right.
And there were a number of different ones from the school listed on the, school listed on the spreadsheet
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
the White and Green Meadows.
The school, we don't want to talk about the school.
badges, no badges, okay, thank you. Again, obviously a recurring topic on our meetings as well. All right, town hall building use discussion. We're speaking about the current town hall. So Brian, you had some thoughts about making sure we're all on the same page and playing nicely, right?
Yeah, I think it'll be good. Really for the long-term use of this building to have different responsibilities set out between the select board and departments that the select board's not responsible for. So the two ones, the two bigger ones that come to mind are Parks and Rec and the library. So at the town meeting, when the town repurposed this building, it was under the supervision and control of the select board. State law is any building that's not specifically given to other board or committee, it's the responsibility of the select board. So people will change over the years. Elected officials and staff come and go, so I think it's good to have something in writing as to how we're gonna use the building and the different responsibilities that people have. And really wanna get this in place if we can before budgets are finalized. Because depending on how responsibilities are shared, is gonna be how budgets are gonna be modified. So there's two draft memorandum of agreement here that I would propose be sent to the library trustees and the Parks and Rec commissioners for them to have discussions with their staff about. The two documents mirror each other in a lot of ways. So the first paragraph describes the property, the second paragraph describes the spaces that are gonna be that those two other departments are gonna use, the library space and Parks and Rec. The library space being the old library in the building with a couple classrooms, 3 classrooms, and Parks and Rec space being the gymnasium, 3 classrooms, there's the small office that they're using now, and then what is the athletic fields essentially. And then, so these agreements look to cover building maintenance and repairs. They look to cover the payment of utilities, who's taking care of the different spaces, so the custodial services. It's just who's responsible for the exterior maintenance and how building maintenance and building improvement requests are to be made. It talks about closing the building during severe winter weather. And it talks about having large public events here to make sure that folks are coordinating with one another. While it's a big space, we don't want to have, conflicting events that happen. So a lot of this is about laying a framework for communication and for how staff, really, it's meant to lay out how things are currently happening because it's working out pretty well.
Right, nothing worse, nothing different than what we said, there were always going to be growing, not pains per se, but we were, as you shift into new things, you would change the dynamic of how things operated. So I wouldn't expect that. In terms of like when it would happen, I do see the library commissioner trustees are meeting this Saturday.
Okay.
If there's a chance you could share that with Ellen tomorrow.
Yep.
Perhaps they can modify their agenda and discuss it then. Park and Rec, unfortunately, is meeting tomorrow, so they wouldn't have an opportunity to put it on their agenda per se, properly. They could bring it up on the correspondence or whatever, but they typically meet twice a month. So I would assume they'd meet 2 weeks from tomorrow. So in terms of engaging with them, if there's a possibility that the trustees will discuss it this Saturday, and we can tentatively put them on the agenda for next Tuesday and wrap that up. And then we'd have to wait, unfortunately, to the first meeting in March, to be after the next Park and Rec meeting, if they don't have one early.
Yeah.
Looks good. Looks good. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, again, everybody's working to the same plan and et cetera.
Right.
Yeah.
And my point of view on these, on how this is, on what's in here, is if there's a better way to do it, let's do it.
Right. They may have ideas too, great. I mean, them coming forward with the safety concerns, and we're addressing them, and I'm sure, you'll give us an update on that in your report. All right, so you're gonna take care of, is everybody good with these drafts as they stand, right?
Good, yeah.
So we're fine with the drafts, and you'll forward them to the appropriate departments tomorrow. Okay. Are you raising your hand or just touching that? Okay. All right, next, select board goals. I asked to have this put on because typically annually we do talk about this. It's nothing specific. And I would be shocked if we all didn't have the same goals in terms
Get
of.
through this meeting?
Different cookies next time. Where's Brian with the request for milk? My goals obviously are attending to the budget, overseeing this move here, making it, I think the facility change for the town, having been here a while, can't be overstated how good it is for the town. Just seeing the people come in, being able to meet with ease of access to it, being able to really come in easily, put a face to the name, it just speaks to what everybody does. My other big goal, and this hasn't changed, Don, you've been here a long time too, is school and making sure the offerings for Hampden children is the same as Wilbraham. And that the place that they're educated in, the only thing they have to worry about is my chair ready? And that's it. Not health, not space, maybe what's for lunch. But, their concern is going there, my locker's ready, my book is ready, my homework is ready, and that's all they should worry about. And we want to make sure that's true at Wilbraham Middle, it's true at Green Meadows, it's true for the Wilbraham schools too, that's their concern, but equality everywhere. And I know there's been talk about that in the past, but I don't think our resolution about that has changed.
No.
We've always been about equality for, that's it. Eric?
I echo those as well. I'd like to talk, financially, we are headed for some rough years. It would be nice to have a little more community engagement in some capacity. I don't know how that can manifest. It's tough. We put the information out there. It would be nice to get a little more public feedback. But as far as overall goals, it would be nice to in an ideal world, all the departments get what they need, highway, police, fire, with, keeping a level budget, which is, as you know, not an easy task.
Challenge every year.
Very, very challenging. And the schools were, especially with the middle school, we're headed in that direction too in the next, 3 to 5 years as well. So I really just echo what you say. I completely agree. Some tough roads ahead, but I think these are all good, good things to hopefully to come for Hampden.
Right, and I was very pleased at the community engagement with the townhouse repurposing committee.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great stand-up. And we still have out there, just to put out there, the 150 committee, which isn't as high a priority, but honestly, it's 2 years away now. Now we're in 2026, and if you're booking these things, my gosh, if you need the governor, you're gonna have to ask Don to call out the committee. He's got all the contacts.
And I will just echo one thing also is it was a few months ago, but our tree lighting was,
Yeah.
I think it's
I think it was one of the best ever.
biggest events I've seen in Hampden so far. And it was really wonderful to see everybody come out. Seemed like everybody thoroughly enjoyed themselves, and I look forward to many more of those in the future.
Sure.
Even getting us a little larger too.
We got a hockey rink set up.
Yeah.
What?
Wait, Craig can get a hockey rink set up.
Emergency?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Set
okay.
up a hockey rink there. We can play hockey before the tree lighting.
Yeah, we got
Or
golf,
curling, if that's
we
your
got
thing.
golf, we got hockey, we got it all here.
A lot of land.
Next, you'll have curling in the cafeteria.
I don't have snow.
You can't afford the liability for sledding, sorry. Done?
Obviously, the financial situation in the coming years. I'd like to see the schools, which I've been going to those meetings, those planning committee meetings, and we need to really do something there, stay on that at least. I'd like to implement some of the master plan, make the master plan thing again, we'll take a look at it. We're actually picking off a few things as we go along, so that's good. And I like, maybe if we could form another committee to take a look at the general bylaws. I think there's some things in there that we may need as the state laws have changed and, fees for violations of things and stuff like that, so we may get a committee to look at that. So,
Might be an easier way to word it so it's easier to change too.
Yeah, yeah.
Set, this shall be in accordance with the schedule as approved by the select board, rather than having to go back to a town meeting to do
and
it.
everything,
Right.
right. Well, there we go. That's our goals.
Great. Brian, any goals you have? Just to keep the meeting short?
Yep, meeting short.
What's your,
Insane.
all right,
Town hall, old town hall. Whatever the future of that is to
no,
figure that out over the next fiscal year, because buildings that sit
are
deteriorate
costly.
rapidly and they cost money, so that'll be important, so.
Okay, any correspondence?
Nope.
Okay. Member reports, we had a senior center building committee meeting here this morning. Obviously, a lot of the conversation was centered around the HVAC upgrade. Brian's been working with Herb, Gary about getting that out for bid status. We're hopeful that we had a budget based on a couple of walkthroughs. We're hoping that the actual bids coming in will be much lower than the estimates, which will provide money towards the next upgrade. For instance, and these are just off the cuff, we appropriated 245 by moving money from one to another, total of 250, I think. And then we have the roof project next. Say, my gosh, you get a bid in, it's 150, reputable place, they're gonna do the whole thing kit and caboodle, and now you got 100 towards the roof thing. So instead of like looking, oh, we're gonna need 120 for the roof, you need 20 more for the roof, because you already had this figured in. So we're gonna keep the pencils sharp and go towards that. The bathroom project is going through, a couple of hiccups along the way. Like anything else, you open something up, oh, the floor needs to be worked on. No different than home. You were changing the kitchen and the joist wasn't that good, and now you have to do a little extra work. But that's moving along, hopefully finishing next week. That's all for my committees.
I have a permit for a septic hauler permit for the Harmony Environmental Incorporated, needs approval.
That's what's fun is when you bring these cookie ones instead. Nothing those samples from the last one.
I would entertain a motion for,
No, you didn't bring them, huh, did you?
I hate them.
Permit's still good.
I entertain a motion for approval of the Harmony Environmental Inc. septic hauler permit.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And the other report I have is that the Old Town House Committee will be meeting tomorrow at the Old Town House for a site visit and we're gonna have also a real estate person will be there, who does commercial real estate, to take a look at it too. So,
Right, and there's a COA board meeting tomorrow, which they will be reviewing their budget. And so I don't see why it couldn't be possibly added in for the 23rd tentatively. I mean, it won't be a long one. I mean, it could be, if we figure 20 minutes for each department, if we get all three.
do all of us have to sign this?
No, I don't think so.
Which one is that?
We've got 3 lines of septic permit.
Yeah, I think we all do.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Brian.
The Attorney General has replied, and they have approved the battery energy storage system bylaw with their caveats about how we have to implement it in accordance with 48 Section 3. Typical language, which says, good luck. We're not expressing an opinion either way, but we can't deny it. There was partial approval of the ADU bylaw. They requested, they approved it with some deletions. So there's a process that needs to happen with that. Last Thursday, John? Thursday?
Mhm.
The Thursday, met with the Wilbraham Building Utilization Committee Wednesday. We met with them for a little while, listened to what they were doing, what their purpose was, their mission was, and then we brought them around for a tour of the building.
Were they duly impressed?
I think they were impressed.
They made us a nice offer on it, but it wasn't, the number wasn't right.
They were impressed with the I want to say quickness, because that sounds negative, but how well everything was done and how quick decisions were made and implemented to move here. So I say that, that's probably about right, huh?
I think it was-
Captures their sentiment.
It was good to meet with them. I mean, it's nice to see that our neighbors have the same concerns we have and how they address it.
Yeah, all these municipalities really have these
Right.
buildings that,
I mean, Long Meadow, look at the money Long Meadow spent on, what was it, 3 buildings over there down?
Yeah, so I guess their initial purpose was to look at the elementary, what elementary school is it?
Memorial.
Memorial Elementary School, but I think they've expanded their scope a little bit, but they're dealing with the same issues with a school building of that period, and not necessarily a lot of obvious uses for the building, so we're all kind of struggling through this together.
Down, they talked about the old police station, remember, at the end of Main Street. What do you do with that? Little red schoolhouse,
a nice little building.
Fire department brush truck is ready. It will be delivered sometime soon. So that was a very long process, because it's been going on for
Several years.
2.5 years at least.
Yeah, because it was the town meetings in '23.
So that's ready to be delivered.
Hopefully the FEMA check is still good.
Maybe. It's auto pen, so I don't know. Anyways, so over the weekend, a couple building leaks. A lot of snow on the roof still. I know the senior center had a leak in the building.
I want to commend, just quickly, I want to commend that Becky went over there and raked the roof,
Yeah,
over at the senior center. And, people don't realize how lucky we are for the people that, work for the town. They embrace, it's like Jane going down, on Sunday and turning the boilers back on. And Becky treats the senior center like, like a child, basically, and going over and taking care of it. We are extremely fortunate to have that. Herb coming over here 7 days a week.
The ownership, the ownership of these staff show is fantastic.
Ryan here on Monday, it's, just like it's.
work. I get text on the weekend, and my first text back is, did you call Herb or did you text Herb?
Mm-hmm.
And it's fabulous. And most of the time he's already there, but
Right.
when I text him or get a hold of him, he's already there dealing with it. There was some leaks in the townhouse, so wear your boots tomorrow. Empty some buckets if you get a chance, but, there were some leaks there as well.
I have to say, there had to be somebody unplugging that wire. He said there was a wire down that drain pipe, obviously a heating wire for it to keep it from, and I think during the move, somebody must have unplugged something that controlled that.
We haven't had snow conditions like this in
No, but we've had freezes.
7 or 8 years
before, like.
where it's such a deep freeze where the building heats up the roof and the water, but then it freezes almost, instantaneously when it comes, so.
Was there any leaks here?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
I do commend the school department that they did keep this facility in really good shape.
Yeah.
And Don recalls when, Don, I think, was on the school committee when they did the last roof project here.
It was?
Yeah. And the roofing company went out of business and the bonding company went out of business. So we had no recourse, but because of good work by Ed Senadella, his crew, the roof is in really good shape.
Yeah. There was one leak that was left over from when we took ownership of the school, but it was around an antenna that moved up through the roof, and that was in the library section, and that has since been taken care of.
Any report on the golf simulator?
Nope, no idea. I didn't hear any complaints, so I assume it's going good.
I did, like, somebody on Facebook mentioned, like, so what happens if you miss it, it goes out through the window?
Selectboard get first dibs on it.
But other than that, it's going pretty good. We have bids in for the security cameras. Herb's been working with Matt Loveling to figure out the lighting problem for the library.
Can that work for the ramps actually be done until, they have to wait until it warms up a bit, I would assume?
What's that?
The works for the handicap ramp has to wait for, obviously, some time, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The camera work, I heard that Tony is back on limited work. But I thought we were still gonna communicate with him about if he actually has that in the budget.
She reminds me that's not going about that, too. The budget too,
Right.
our fee for dispatch.
Yep.
That's a quarterly meeting. When is the next one, Brian? I know you went to the last one. I don't know if it was December or November. Got to be coming up.
Yeah, I feel like it's been in the past 2 months. Pike Hampden meeting, Joe's going to be the point staff person on that. I believe their next meeting is scheduled for February 18th at 3. Are you gonna be away? You're away the 18th?
I'll be in Boston the 18th.
I'll phone you, I'll FaceTime you.
Hiking the Freedom Trail.
Hiking Hampden.
All right,
But that's about it.
all right. How's Lauren doing? Lauren, you on?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Motion to adjourn?
just like that.
And we'll,
Really?
Everything else?
we're still working on the highway union contract edit, so we'll hopefully we'll have that set for next meeting.
A signing for next week. Okay. And we were comfortable, everything is retroactive anyhow on that, so. All right.
Anything new?
Anybody online for a question? Tad, John, anything? Again, Ted, thanks for you guys joining, tomorrow. Don't forget your boots. Chip the ice out, yeah, all right.
Bring it back.
There's a motion on the floor.
Second.
All in favor?
Right.
Aye.
All right. It doesn't make you feel good. It's two of us represent